I don't get it. Why is the volume perfect now? The last time I streamed was on Monday, and it was too low, but I didn't change anything, and it's higher. It's way higher. I don't know. So usually what happens is like plug in my preamp, plug in my audio interface. I wait like a minute or two till it warms up, and then I hit the phantom power button to power on the mic. This time I just plugged it in, gave it like a minute, hit the phantom power. Same thing I did the other time. Nothing really changed. I didn't change dials. I didn't do anything. But it's apparently you can hear me better now than the last time, and nothing has changed. It's so weird. I was thinking that maybe it's like the positioning of the mic or something. Like maybe I got it perfect this time. I don't know. Anyways, I'm only going until about I'd say like 10 or so, which is not too long. That's like an hour and a half. Just wanted to test things. I still can never get the perfect settings for streaming. QVBR, HQVBR, HQCBR. Like no matter what I do, it's super blocky. There's not a whole lot of options under AMD settings. So you kind of get what you get, and yeah. I think the only other option would be to set up that second PC, but I don't know if it's gonna make a huge difference. Like no matter what, the bitrate is gonna be capped at 6K. No matter what, the rate control is always gonna be some type of CBR, and then everything else is the same: preset, profile, keyframes, all of that. It's not a whole lot that you can do. So these settings I currently have is as best as you can get for non-partners. So I don't know. Maybe it's just that um maybe just that OBS works better with NVIDIA cards. I don't know. I guess I give this like a quick test run, and then sort of short session, and then call it from here. I wonder what these guys have been up to. Oh, they're in Stardew. That's nice. Long day today. I think maybe tomorrow, if I am not tired, start redo my Ranger. I'm just gonna delete the current one. I'm gonna remove all the gear and then delete that one. This is gonna be like the third or fourth Ranger that I make. I mean, I was following the build guide, and then I was made some adjustments to it. But the backbone of the build guide, the skill tree, going full evasion early. I feel like I've tested this on many characters, and it just I mean, it would fly in PoE 1, but in PoE 2 is less forgiving. And then maybe it's the way I'm like leveling up the skill gems, even though I'm like maximizing the damage stuff, which is the poison arrow and you know whatever that amplifies it. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to go full damage. Thing is, yeah, the character's gonna be glass cannon. I think what you can do is like start damage early and then start branching off to evasion stuff, you know, a little bit later on. Who knows? We're only about 9 days away, so next, I think 10th is next Friday, right? Yeah, next Friday is launch of BF6. So all you PC folks out there, you gotta, if your motherboard doesn't have TPM or secure boot capabilities, you should start heading to Micro Center, start looking up parts on Newegg and Amazon ASAP if you want to get your build done in time, because you're gonna need to have a TPM compatible TPM 2.0 and secure boot enabled on your motherboard. So if you have a very old school hardware, you're gonna have to upgrade. You know, shitty as it is. Look at the skill effects. Oh. Well, I made it an easy shot for him by going in a straight line. Nice. Ah, damn. What do we got? Anti-tank. Sure, why not? Let's go AA. I don't know. Did I up the sensitivity in this? I think I had to check the stream because I don't know if it's clipping or not. Hopefully not. I could tell, like, I'm looking at the meter right now. It's like, it's going to red. So it's probably clipping. Let me test. I should have probably tested this earlier. Let's see. Quick test, quick test. Test, test, test. Quick test. Quick test. Why is it louder than before? I don't get it. I didn't change anything. Yeah, OBS is kind of finicky to deal with. Just gonna leave as is, and we'll go from there. TP2K. Jesus. Fuck.
I've spotted a hostile tank due west of your position. Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Got the wrong launcher. Whoa.
Objective Alpha. Enemy heavy armor has been spotted west of your bomb.
What you got? Oh. Is this the SKS?
There's a hostile soldier east of your location.
Oh, this looks like the Ace. It's the Ace something something, the DMR.
We now have control of objective Charlie. No longer control objective Alpha. We have lost objective Alpha.
Damn. I hope that AMD comes up with some graphics drivers. I think that might be driver related. That was causing the crash. Crossing my fingers. So if that fixes it, then I don't have to put the game on such low settings. And just play it at like high or something.
Listen up, there's a hostile soldier.
Because a lot of people say that the game actually runs pretty well on your system, so I'm inclined to believe that. Oh. Got me with the DMR.
There appears to be a sniper located west of your position. We've lost objective Delta. We got eyes on an enemy tank. I have positive ID on a hostile sniper south of your location.
Ow. Ah, god damn it. They're a bear.
south of your location. We've neutralized objective Bravo.
It's a tank right beneath us. Shit. That was exactly the spot I wanted to be at.
We now control objective Echo.
Stay low. Is there a tank nearby? They got this guy? Okay, he's down. Where is it? Fuck. Holy shit. Not poking my head out this time.
Objective Alpha. Thanks, man.
God damn. I overthought that. I thought he was trying to get back into the tent. Stay put. He has the beacon. Ah, damn it. Whoa. What's the guy like right over here?
I've spotted a hostile plane due east of your position.
No man's land over here.
Smoke's out! There's an enemy HE soldier north of your current location. Get your gear, let's go!
Get hit by a SK. I don't know what I get hit by. Feels like a sniper rifle. Jesus Christ.
Hey, thanks.
God damn. Should have took a vehicle. I can go around.
Looks like a hostile tank operating west of your location.
Yeah, that's snipers. That's for sure.
Spotted. Hey, neutralized objective Charlie. There appears to be an enemy sniper west of your location.
God damn. Yep. Oh, he was on the pipes? I thought he was on the tower the whole time. I'm gonna shadow this Venom.
Hey, hang on, I need a ride. Can confirm objective Bravo is neutralized. Hey, thanks a lot. Hey, I appreciate that. Objective Bravo is ours.
Whew.
We no longer hold objective Charlie. We have lost control of objective Charlie. Enemy AT has been spotted due north of where you're at.
Mayday, mayday. Dang. No, that was a really bad spot to fly over. Look at the LAV AD. Hey, I do enjoy transporting people though. That's the fun part. Oh, you know what? Do I have Arma installed on my computer? I've been meaning to play that. Arma or Squad. So I couldn't play it in the past because my old computer just couldn't run those games well. But now that I've, system upgrade, I should be able to do it this time. There's a lot of games that I have not played, like bought but couldn't play because my old system was just low spec. But now it's I mean, now that I got a full upgrade, I guess the game pool is wider. Know what I'm saying? I can play more variety now.
I have eyes on a hostile AT soldier north of your current location.
Shit.
Hey, thanks a lot. Oscar Mike! We no longer control.
Can do this.
Hey, let me fix it. I spotted a hostile tank. There's an enemy sniper. Enemy sniper to north of your location.
My boy,
You're advised. Be advised. I have eyes on a hostile sniper north of your location. I can confirm objective Echo is now neutralized.
oh, it's my engineer right over here.
Listen up. I spotted an enemy vehicle north of your location. We now control objective Echo. Strike, there's a sniper operating north of your location. I spotted an enemy AG soldier located to your west.
Do this.
Appears to be a hostile tank to your west. Sorry, it won't happen again. I got an enemy AT soldier spotted.
Fuck. My engineer, no. Ah, god damn. Oh, that was like right in front of me. No, I was poorly positioned. I was surrounded by infantry to the left, and then the one guy in the mountain. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Whoa. Let's get on up. Hopefully he doesn't see me. Ah, god damn it. There we go. Can I put this on here? Perfect.
Get eyes on enemy chopper.
What is this dude using VTOL? Actual use in combat. What?
Charlie has been neutralized.
God damn it. One man, one tank. Oh shit. They fucking blasted that tank. I think we were winning by, losing by like 200 points, but we're back.
Listen up. Enemy tank due north of your location.
Double hit. Double tap on the...
Spotted a hostile soldier.
Oh.
Get him now.
There we go, buddy. That's my recon.
Heads up. There's a hostile AT soldier.
Oh, that's the engineer that was, my passenger. Holy shit. I think out of all the Battlefield that I've played, including 3 was what got me into the game, and I spent a lot of time on that on the PS3. But like overall, BF1, 5, 2042, 3, 4, even Hardline, I always come back to 4 because it feels the most. 3, like, yeah, 3 too. But I think there was a few times where I tried to jump into BF3 on the PC, but the servers were empty. 4 has consistently been live. Like if it's always every time you jump in there, yeah, there's gonna be days where there's not a whole lot of servers or a lot of people on. But what, since 2013 or so, when they released, you were always able to find a server to jump in, and it always felt fresh. You know, I mean, I kind of, you know, part of me kind of wishes that there were enough players to keep BF3 alive, but 4 at least has been having a steady stream of players. You know, it's not going to be like in the 10k range or something, but they at least have more than anywhere between like 2 to 5k at a time. So for, you know, it's always felt like you were able to get into a match, and up until now, it still feels alive. Yes, it has way less players, but it always has. It's always has that like couple of thousand players who just, you know, will always come back to it. So it always feels familiar because you're seeing familiar players and faces and names, and just so even after all these years, after 12 years, the game has not truly died yet. Like, it's held us over since the launch of BF1. So every game after BF4, whether good or bad, BF4 always was there to fall back to. That's the way I felt. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten every BF game since 3. Like after 3, I couldn't get my hands on BF2. So, but yeah, out of all of those titles, I have always come back to BF4, no matter what. I don't know. It just felt like you're getting the full package. You get you get if you were like Dare since the beginning and then using Origin, so you're able to redeem all the DLCs for free. The game is probably, as in this current state, as one of the, if not one of the most polished FPS shooters out there by far. I'd have to put it like way up there. To me, it literally is the perfect example of like a polished FPS game. I don't know about network-wise. Maybe at launch time it was kind of rough, but yeah, the game's 12 years old. It is about as polished as it can get right now. Another game that feels pretty polished, I know, yes, it has its own network issues and stuff, but Valorant, they did a pretty good job with the feel of that game. Like, it felt like a game that's like well designed. I don't know how to say it. It's like it's not janky. It's just smooth animations all the way through, smooth visuals. This game is like, I know I prefer BF3's gunplay more, but this one feels way more polished, like way more refined. I wish it was like, I wish it was this level of polish with BF3's gunplay, because BF3 gunplay was like, it was unique, and I think they tuned up the assists a little bit. If you're coming from if you're going transitioning from BF3 to BF4, you'll know the difference. You'll know that BF3 feels a little bit more. Took a little bit more skill. There was less assists. There was just raw gunplay. But I think what BF4 does better is it strikes a way better balance between skillful gameplay and also ease of use. So they got that right, because they obviously when BF4 came out, they had to try and get as much players in as possible. So they obviously made the gunplay a little bit more easier, but it's very like that. It's a very slim, like subtle change. If you're a long time BF3 player, you'll notice a difference. But if you know, new to the franchise, you won't notice. But between 3 and 4, it's so close. It's like, personally for me, 3 has a slight edge, but for a lot of players, 4, they consider 4 the better. So it's like, at this point, it's like pretty much subjective, but for me, they're ranked like high up there. Like, if you're asking me what FPS shooter has the best gunplay, I'd have to put 3 and 4 together. One is like, one is slightly better than the other in like some areas or some aspects. The other one's better in the other aspects, I guess. But I think overall, I've always come back to 4 the most. Spent the most time playing 4, and made the most content using 4. Although, yes, 3 was what got me here. So. God damn it. Three was what got me here. That's why for me that, like, I know a lot of people say 4 and 1 are their favorite or the best, but I think 3 is not that far behind 4. Damn it. Now, if what all they had to do was take either 3 or 4, modernize it, obviously. Well, it's already modern, but then modernize it in terms of like the engine. Take the technology that you used in BF1 and the audio, and just make a modern shooter with the mechanics of 3 or 4, and you're gold. That's all. Right now, 6 is looking like a serious contender, but I've played a little bit of it, and I think personally for me, I still feel like 3 and 4 have the best, like, literally the best gunplay. Now, if you ask me like what well, we're talking about like popular FPS shooters. You're asking me like, what's the like best gunplay across all shooters, which is kind of hard to compare since there's different genres. I'd say for me, at the top two. Well, if you, I guess top three. So for me, it would be 3, BF3, and then right slightly behind it would be BF4, and then Ready or Not. And then I would say Armor and Squad are tied, and then behind that would be Insurgency, and then PUBG, and then Rainbow's pretty up there too. I would have to put like Rainbow kind of behind Insurgency. But we're talking like arcade shooters. I think without a doubt 3 and 4 and 1. I think MW 1 and 2 were decent too. The COD. They weren't like perfect or anything, but they were a huge improvement over like the predecessors. So I give him that. It was actually decent gunplay. It's the smooth gunplay that we know are familiar with. But the thing is about COD, any COD, whether it's MW or Black Ops, they always use the same formula for the animations. And for me, the reason why I don't put COD's gunplay above BF is because they COD they crank up the aimesses way too much. Like, it feels like you're using an automatic car versus, say, a semi-auto, which is a BF, right? I guess that's the best comparison I got. So COD feels like a car that is automatic, and then any BF feels like a semi-auto, and then obviously squad and Arma are like full-on manual, right? And then Insurgency is kind of like, I would say, in the semi-auto area as Battlefield, but it feels, I think Insurgency has like a slightly more realistic feel, slightly more realistic feel to it, but at the end of the day, it's still like Insurgency is the perfect example of a Muslim / arcade shooter, whereas COD and Battlefield leans more towards like arcade shooters. Not even like, at that point, that's just a literal fact, I guess. For, you know, anything Milsim is Squad or Arma or Ready or Not, because I keep forgetting about that. Ready or Not, it's like a police sim. Ah, damn it. I thought I had the repair tool. I don't need this. I need this. Or maybe I can use this. Anti-tank. Mechanic. But
Objective Echo has just been neutralized. Heads up, hostile tank south of your position.
I mean, I came from God. I came from World at War. I wasn't there during the Call of Duty 2 days. I think I played a little bit on the PSP. COD 2, but yeah, I didn't get to play that 2, 3, even 4, because I never got it. I played a little bit, but never owned it. It wasn't until yeah, let's just say World at War, and then Modern Warfare 2, 3. I think after 3 I stopped. I took a long break from COD. The old school Modern Warfare 3. And then I didn't return back to COD until MW1. So it's like, I don't know how like large of a gap that is, but from MW3 old school ones to MW1, that's how long I stopped playing COD. It felt like the same thing over and over. The gunplay just felt the same. It's like there was no real innovation, I guess. But then again, why would they need to innovate if they've already kind of perfected their own formula? So, I guess for me, I just wanted something different, and that's where BF came into, you know, kind of where BF nailed it. It wasn't too difficult, where, you know, it wasn't too milsimi, and it wasn't too crazy or arcadey. We're talking about, like, it wasn't like arena style shooter or anything. When I jumped in, it felt more like a well-grounded FPS shooter that, you know, had laxer rules and felt like a sandbox, and just felt overall fun. Especially felt like there was always something to do, and felt like, you know, there were no rules, right? You just sort of just do whatever you kind of want and just follow your team. But I think very few games can pull off this type of large-scale warfare style gameplay. Like, the only two I can think of is Squad and Arma. I've tried to play Ground Wars and COD, and it just felt like, yeah, it just felt too generic. It doesn't have that BF zing to it, you know.
Enemy vehicles due west of your current location. Objective Alpha has been lost.
Oh shit. Felt like you can hide anywhere, and there's always ways to play the objective out. It's always that constant rush as well to get from point to point and help your team. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is like the team-oriented aspect is way ahead compared to COD, where it just kind of felt like a free-for-all. Or it just felt like everyone was just going for KD, you know, rather than playing the actual objective. For me, it's just like, I just like team-oriented gameplay objective. And BF just happened to be that perfect sandboxy game with really good visuals, really good audio, and just really good gameplay. That's what drew me in. I'm kind of glad to see a lot of OG content creators, like YouTubers and streamers, jumping back on or preparing themselves for the launch of BF6. People who've been, been doing contests since like BF2 days, BF3 days.
I've spotted enemy heavy armor west of your current position.
Stay around. This game is perfectly okay to camp, as long as it's objective focus. Like if you're killing people on point or setting up beacons, it's fine. If you're defending a point and staying there and just picking off players, that's fine too. Like you kind of really can do whatever you want, as long as it translates to some sort of like you're helping a team in some way. I didn't see that.
Heads up! Hostile soldier due east your position. Looks like we need to neutralize objective Delta. There appears to be a hostile machine gun.
Oh my god, that was a lot of people. I don't know if I have time for another round, but we'll try to wrap this one up.
Looks like we're in the infantry to your north.
Damn it. I should have just stayed put. I didn't think the guy was gonna come back. Holy fudge cakes.
Heads up! Enemy machine gunner north of your location. Good eyes.
God dang. They don't like my smokes. That was the first.
Smoke's out! Enemy 18 soldier. North of your position. Objective Bravo has been neutralized.
Get his ass.
Move! We control objective Bravo.
Fuck. Oh, they brought out the fucking Wally. It's the spicy Wally.
Smoke's out!
Wall of smokes, baby.
Objective Charlie is now lost.
Somebody made it through.
Enemy
God damn it. I wanted to shoot it. No one really ever uses smoke. When it happens, shit.
smoke!
Let's go.
I've got a visual
Show on the road.
machine gun located north of your position.
God damn. It's like 5 people in the alleyway. Go ahead and reinforce A. Seems like they're pushing for it.
My vehicle needs repairs. Objective Charlie has been neutralized. We got eyes on the hostile sector.
Whew. Oh shit, I didn't see that.
I have eyes on a hostile tank. Stop where you are.
Ow. Let's do this. Let's get A.
Have eyes on a hostile 18 soldier. South of your position. Objective Alpha has been neutralized. Hey, man.
Almost there. Okay, hold on a little bit longer. What up, boys? Let's hold A down.
I've got a visual on an enemy soldier located to your south. I've got eyes on an enemy soldier located to your south.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get in, get in. Don't shoot each other. Fuck you.
We have what appears to be enemy soldier located east of your position.
Lock it down. Lock C down. Look at the score. 160 to 68 right now. God damn. Yo, this fucking ending is way too close. This shit's crazy. Dude, everyone's pushing hard on this. Our team's just digging in. Wherever they are, they're just like holding it down. What a crazy match. These two matches have been like super close. And we turned it around the other match. So yeah. Good shit.
Hey, thanks, man. Listen up. I spotted an enemy soldier. Stop your crew. We just neutralized objective Charlie.
Oh, did they had an upper hand? Like a little like early. I think they had the lead in the first half, right? And then we started just pushing hard at the end. It's crazy. Look at that. They had these two guys were killing it. 12k, 17k. But our team just had more people doing objectives. That was fun though. That was fun. I think that the next round would probably take like 40 minutes or so. So I don't know if I could get a round in. Something. But I think it's good to end on like a good note or like a win there. I should probably hit the hay too. Like ideally I want to be like asleep by like 10 or so. Oh, this is an autumn cell. Let's see. Yeah, you can go on Steam and EA launcher and some huge discounts. So Titanfall 2 for $4. It's crazy. Need for Speed Unbound, $8.39. Dragon Age Inquisition, $9.99. Madden NFL 26, $48.99. I would say wait until that one drops further. Battlefront 2. You can get that for like literally $2.49. $3 for Battlefront 2. No Way Out, $6. Dead Space is $12. It Takes Two is only $9.99. Game of the Year too. Dragon Age Inquisition, wasn't that also Game of the Year? At some point. Austin Random. Oh, look at this. Medal of Honor Warfighter. And then Medal of Honor. Each for $4.99. Saboteur $4.99. Crisis 2, $7.49. Medal of Honor Pacific Assault $4.99. A lot of Need for Speed game as well. I remember Mirror's Edge. Crazy. I think the Plants vs Zombies is fun. I think people like the first one. Is it the second one also pretty decent too? Like, it wasn't a bad game at all. Okay. Maybe if I am not tired tomorrow, I'll try and hit up PoE 2 or something. It's just like it really depends. Like sometimes I just want to play a shooter, so I just jump on BF. Some days I like like in the mood for say Ready or Not or Hunt Showdown. Those two games I was planning to play a lot more. I think when I was on my low end PC, I couldn't play those because it ran too heavy. But I can run them now, so I'm open to playing them again. I was really enjoying playing Hunt, and then RON. I think RON what it lacks is dedicated servers, and then server browsing. I guess just the matchmaking is abysmal, and there's literally no anti cheat that I can think of, and the game needs more optimization for sure. So yeah. That's quite a bit of things. They're quite a bit of a way. Didn't they launch in what 2023? I felt that was too early. So yeah. Oh, there was actually a little bit of an announcement from the developer that's working on Road to Vostok. But I'll cover that. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay, so remember when I mentioned like in terms of like for me what feels like the best um shooter, like in terms of just gunplay and just overall gameplay, I would say up there. It's a really hard to say, but I'd say okay for arcade shooter would probably be almost a tie between BF3 and BF4. 3 for me has a slight edge. 4 is just like right behind it. I think for Mel-Simi style, I would say that's a hard one. I would say Arma 3 has a slight edge over Squad. I think Arma 3 is a little bit more like they've been in the industry for such a long time, so they know how to get the feel right. But it's kind of I think as Squad continues to further develop, they might. I mean, right now they're kind of on par with each other, so it's hard to say. Uh, and then sort of like in between arcade slash Mil-Simi, Insurgency, without a doubt. I would say for arcade, but more realistic, Rainbow sits. I would say Rainbow sits behind BF3 and BF4. It leans more towards the like a little bit more realistic side, not fully realistic, but a little bit more intricacies to it. So if you like tactical style, somewhere between arcadey slash more tactical or realistic. Rainbow can be pretty up there if we want it to be. PUBG leans a little bit more on the realistic side, so that feels closer towards like Squad and Armor ish, but more easier, I would say. So it kind of falls in line to me with Insurgency, like a slightly more complex gameplay to it than Insurgency, but they're kind of close. So, like starting from the arcade side, I'd say BF3, BF4, BF1, Modern Warfare 1, and then semi-realistic slash arcade or like no sim slash arcade. I'd say Insurgency and PUBG. And then a little bit more on the realistic side, heading towards milsim. There is, for me, at sitting at the top would probably be Ready or Not. I know the game is not fully polished and hasn't been around as long as Squad and Armor, but they really nailed the gunplay down. So I put them up there. But if you're going straight up for like realism, Squad and Armor without a doubt. For me, I think Ready or Not has a slight edge over Insurgency gunplay, because if Insurgency had a little bit more refinement and less jank, it could definitely be up there. But for now, Ready or Not they know how to do the weightiness to it and stuff. So yeah. Plus, RON is technically a police sim shooter, so it's like it leans more on the sim side, similar to how Squad and Armor is, but it's more on like the smaller scale CQC style. But yeah, you can kind of tell where they're like leaning into sim gameplay, simulator style. And I would say like EFT and Road to Vostok, honestly, yeah, they lean more towards the sim side. So I would say like they're kind of, in terms of like more realistic, I'd say like obviously more realistic than PUBG and well, it kind of feels around the same area as Insurgency. But I think my preferred gunplay overall somewhere falls in the line of or in the area of Road to Vostok and Ready or Not. A little bit of PUBG, but PUBG is like, it needs more polish. If they can nail that and nail this like smoother gameplay and less like jank to it, then it would have been really up there. Right now, for me, RTV, Road to Vostok, Ready or Not, BF3, 4. And then Arma Reforger / Arma 3 Squad. Rainbow does a pretty good job too. It actually feels a little bit more realistic compared to, say, COD and Battlefield, I guess. If you can have that style game gunplay and a larger scale with different modes, I think that'd be pretty interesting. And then just remove all the special abilities, just pure gunplay. I'm surprised they haven't come out with a sequel to Rainbow Six, though. But I think if UB wanted to dip their toes into the shooter genre outside of tactical, outside of Counter-Strike. Without a doubt, I mean, they've done a pretty good job competing with giants such as Valorant and Counter-Strike. But, I mean, if they wanted to, they probably have the budget to take on, say, COD and Battlefield. Obviously, they're not going to overtake COD anytime soon or BF. But I guess it doesn't hurt to try, I guess. But what they would have to do is, number one, is just come out with a new title. But take the gunplay that you had from Rainbow, put in the modern settings, do larger maps, do modes where it's not just CQC or search and destroy. Obviously, you're going to have your classics like Free For All, TDM, and then Domination and Conquest. I would imagine that they're gonna do more like medium range style maps, but they could go large scale if they wanted to. They take inspiration from games like Ghost Recon or something, but just pure modern, no special abilities, no weird operators, no weird skins, no insane microtransactions. On shooter and just sort of grounded gameplay. I guess classic modes. And then maybe they can do their own sort of BR extractor. But those are just more like that's just a side dish essentially. But the meat of the gameplay, or in terms of like the mode, would probably be like capture the point. Just like in Battlefield, Conquest and Domination are like the big two, or even Rush. But if they kind of had to do it their own take on it though, but they wanted to. They have the budget, but can they pull it off? Who knows? The thing is with Ubi is that they always want to cater to a more younger audience, and it always comes at the expense of like having weird and I don't know, just like more childish themes. But they can take like a more grittier, more grounded, more like serious approach to a shooter. They already have the gunplay going. They already have the engine for it. So you want it to. Just the Anvil next engine needs, obviously a lot more optimization. But if they wanted to, they could. At least they probably, as I said, they won't. I don't know if they'll ever match the cells or even come close to that of the two big giants, or COD and Battlefield. But I mean, who knows? It could be the third AAA title out there. I think they tried it with X Defiant, but X Defiant just felt very experimental. It could have been something, but I think it leaned too close to COD, where it felt like it didn't really have its own identity. But I think that if they just removed all the arcade aspect and try and just focus on like a grounded and gritty realistic shooter, they might be able to just be the third AAA shooter out there. It's not maybe it won't be just COD and Battlefield. Maybe it'd be COD, Battlefield, and whatever shooter out there that Ubi has. But knowing UB nowadays, not gonna happen. They've dropped the ball too many times. But yeah, I mean that's one of the larger companies out there that has the the money for it or the resources to do it if they wanted to. But they always somehow fail. They always have some interesting concept, but they somehow always fumble it. um, I still think that there's still a space there between arcade and milsimi. A little bit more on the like more realistic side. I still think that there's still an open field for that. Um, like if you wanted something a little bit more realistic than Battlefield, for example. But then, I mean, technically, Insurgency falls in between there. But what Insurgency lacks is like large scale modes and maps, I guess. And the animations and the visual, like, I mean, I guess if they have a larger budget, maybe they do whip out something that looks a lot nicer. But yeah, I've you know sat down and played Insurgency. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It kind of leans closer towards what I like in terms of for like a little bit more realistic style shooters without it being too overly complicated. But yeah, that game just needs a little bit more polish and maybe better mocap and animations. But I think they're getting there, like progressing over time. 76% recent, 86% overall. But it does I think I when I played Day of Infamy, I actually really enjoyed that. So I mean, same developers, right? But I think it's actually the thing that for me that it does really well is the sound. Somehow they always nail the sound. The gunplay is actually pretty good, but it's not the same level of polish and sort of golden standardish as like BF, right? But it doesn't want to be that like that. It wants to be more realistic. So I mean, they did a pretty decent job at that. I think it's just a matter of like, I don't know which engine they use. I'm pretty sure it's the Unreal, but I think if they were to transition, sort of redo some of the animations and port to a more modern engine, I think the game would, you know, it'd be pretty up there. Well, it's already in this. It does well in its own sort of genre and it's its own sort of niche, I guess. So it's not like they have any real competition right now. But yeah, as I said, if you wanted something a little bit more realistic and less arcadey, then God and Battlefield, probably Insurgency. And then you got PUBG. Just ignore all the skins and the MTXs, microtransactions, and just focus on the gunplay. And it's pretty up there. For me, if you want to go a little bit further than that and go towards more realistic, RON, Ready or Not. For me, it's like probably by far one of my, in terms of like gunplay, probably one of my favorites. But that game has a lot of issues on its own, so it's not like the perfect shooter right now. But yeah, it leans closer towards Armored Squad. So yeah, Anyways, I don't even know what I'm rambling about. I'm tired. Um, 9 more days next Friday. So, as I said, if your computer does not, anyone who is considering playing Battlefield, you got to look at the spec requirements and know that if you're running like a 1 2 series, GTX card, NVIDIA card, or AMD equivalent, you might not be able to run the game. And also, you're gonna have to have like an i5 minimum. So minimum 8 gigs of RAM, minimum i5, minimum 2 series to 3 series graphics card. Even then, you're gonna be running the game on its lowest settings. Hopefully, NVIDIA and AMD push out, optimized graphics drivers, which we all know they're working on right now. But your motherboard has to be able to run TPM. So if you're running like an AM3 socket or equivalent LGA, whatever equivalent generation for Intel, you might have to upgrade. So I would say probably start now. Start looking for parts. Start trying to put together stuff. Because this is like sort of the last minute at this point. If you're considering upgrading now, it's pretty much we're talking like this is the absolute last minute. You'd have to literally go to Micro Center or whatever you have nearby, Tiger Direct or Fry's. I don't know if those stores exist anymore, but whatever electronics that you have store nearby, you will even have enough time to order parts online because chances are with tariffs and stuff like that, and just stuff not delivering on time, you might not be able to do a full build solely relying on getting parts off Amazon and Newegg, because the clock is ticking. Plus, if something says it's gonna ship in 2 to 3 days, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna ship in like a week, at least like 5 days minimum. Given the uncertainty of everything, but yeah. I think your best bet would probably be try and find as much parts as you can at the local market center and try to whip up something. Or you might be able to just order a pre-built one from like iBuy Power or Cyber Power or Origin or something. Possibly. But I don't know how those are gonna go. Maybe you'll be able to get them shipped within like by next week, like by Wednesday, Thursday if you get lucky. But yeah, this is like for those like last minuters. Or you just go get a Xbox Series or PS5 and you'll be fine because it's crossplay. So, and it's the progression is per account. So whatever you accomplish, it's yeah. The progression is cross-platform. So yeah. But I mean, if you're sticking with PC, probably start spend this weekend. Well, I would say spend the next 2 days researching, crunching, and then spend this weekend trying to pick up parts because chances are some parts are going to be out of stock and you might have to purchase them online. So you might have to do expedited shipping. Hopefully, you can get all your parts by Wednesday and end up computer up and running by Thursday. Get everything downloaded and update Thursday night. Get all your snacks. Before Friday morning. I don't know. And everyone's gonna be on there, so yeah. I'm gonna be spending my time just trying to make some tweaks to my channel, and probably looking up guides on like the best optimal settings for not only the game but try and find optimal settings for my system. If there's stuff I can do in the AMD software or just tweaks I can make to my computer to run the game better, um, then yeah, that's what I'm gonna be spending my time on. Just trying to just sort of prep for that. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I am tired. Yeah, have a